A couple glances back, I took a look at an Australian TV show that delved into the obscure charm of stop-motion animation. Plasmo was the name, and I figured it would be best to look at something that explored the same style of animation, only more common and memorable to the untouched eye. I've been hinting it in every closing, and it's now time to glance at a childhood favourite, Fireman Sam. Specifically the original series, not the 2005 show, and definitely not the new CGI show. Just no thanks. The original Fireman Sam was created by Bumper Films and ran from 1987 to 1994, and over the course of those years grinded out 33 episodes, all done in stop motion, including a Christmas special. Sam was different in contrast to, say, Postman Pat. Pat delivered on delivering letters to your door in his local neighbourhood. Pat's life never exceeded on crazy situations as it suited his lifestyle and having that wholesome, nothing can go wrong town. Sam's job in life, on the other hand, is intense, because he's a fireman, and everyone in his neighbourhood needs help because they keep on burning toast every 5 seconds, you get my drift. Right off the bat, you get that catchy and memorable intro, alarm bells ring, and it's a build up to a pretty great TV theme. Everything is packaged nicely in these solid 60 seconds. The music works in tune with the visual as Sam wakes up and prepares himself for duty. He goes around the town in his fire truck named Jupiter, and you briefly see all the characters you'll see within the show, including the little brat Norman. You get all the information that you need to know, like Sam being the hero next door, the side characters you'll meet along the way, and the town itself. I mentioned this is all stop motion, and it's not the most fluent you ever see, and not the most visually appealing in referral to different techniques. Yet there's still a passion, there's an effort to animating these puppet-like characters, moving the vehicles around and the effects for fire and water, it's all great stuff. No additional usage of CGI, it's all practical. My one complaint would be that everything is rather pale. It could be from the quality of the camera that was used, or they didn't add any vibrant colours and kept it very pastel, but I found it to be rather bland and uninteresting. Also, it could be my VHS player that did all this sort of stuff. The red and blues do pop out, especially from the truck, but everything else doesn't. Maybe that's the point though. The set is really great, and having this town known as Pontypandy be very small and close together, you can easily map where Sam and co go around the place. All the main shops are in one single street, and that's where the main characters are at, especially Norman, you little brat. When it comes to the cast of the characters, they all have vivid, cliched, and wondrous personalities. Sam is the simple hero who honestly isn't that interesting. His job is more engaging, but he does what he has to do. His fireman colleagues are Elvis Cridlington, who is a bit of a clumsy firefighter but is still learning over the course of the show. He's a bit of a kid-like adult. And Basil Steele, whom is in control of the station, and I'll admit, I thought he was rather intimidating when I was younger. It was definitely the mustache. He's more or less a rule follower and treats everything as if he's a general. They are both great, but the side characters are the charm of the tale. The twins, James and Sarah, are the good innocent souls that always assist the fire department, or they get themselves into accidental strife, as always. There's Trevor, who is pretty alright, but I never really got attached to his character. Bella Lasagna. Yes, that's her last name, and it's very stereotypical because she's Italian, but she's a rather wholesome character. Her voice is annoying, but you get past it over time. She runs a cafe that is, yes, Italian themed and always says random things as well as causing some accidental trouble. Dilly's Price is kind of like a witch, and I never liked her. She haunted my dreams during my young years, and she's caused trouble as well, but not as much as her son, Norman. God damn, he's a little brat. Looks like Harry Potter decided to dye his hair orange so he could look like Ronald Weasley. Just by this footage alone, I could justify him as being the major terror of the town. The voice acting is a bit awkward until you realise that all the voices are done by one single man known as John Alderton. He provided narration, every character's voice, and does an excellent job on making them all have different personalities. Well, the second season mostly. You do get a lot of moments where he gets a bit out of voice, but that's only a minor nitpick. I'd say he makes all the characters all the more hilarious, like when Norman says, "Oh, Mom!" or when Bella does her stereotypical Italian accent. Mamma mia! The voice acting over the course of the show gets better, that's for sure. My favourite episode of the bunch is Treasure Hunt, and I came across this from an ABC for Kids compilation videotape. In Treasure Hunt, Sam gives Sam and Sarah a metal detector. Norman gets her pot stuck on his head, which is my favourite part by the way. Elvis is putting up a plate rack, and Bella Lasagna loses her keys. Sarah and James help Bella finding the keys, but they burst a water pipe. Yeah, her keys were definitely under a foot of dirt, you guys. And with Norman, the fire team have to lubricate and pull the pot off his head, causing the plate rack to collapse. It's not a groundbreaking episode, and there are better ones with more risk. Treasure Hunt is just hilarious. Watch these wonderful line deliveries and scenarios.
Mum! No, it's no good, sir. I know exactly what to do.
You can't cut his head off?
Morning, sir. What is it, Fireman Sam? Thought I'd better let you know that What's that cotton wool doing in your ears? I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear a word you're saying. I got some cotton wool in my ears.
Hello, Bella. Anything wrong? Everything is wrong. I no find the key. I no get into coffee.
Fireman Sam is a classic show that I do believe holds up and still will. It has a delicate charm of its time and is probably one of the best kids shows of any generation. It may be a bit awkward overall, yet that's what makes it all the more better. The main theme song alone is worth each beginning episode. So give Fireman Sam a watch, have a fun time, and I'll see you in the last episode of Glancing At, which will be posted to your door soon.